Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over a brand new Nars palette as well as showing you guys how I created this look using it. And I am talking about the Make Up Your Mind palette. This contains 3 blushes, a bronzer, and 8 eyeshadows. So I'm going to be putting this all over my face. I was on the Ulta website late at night underneath the covers. You guys know the drill. And I was going through the new arrivals section. I saw this palette and I was like, I don't know, there's just something about it that really drew me in. And I've kind of skipped on a few palettes that they have released recently, but the colors in this one, yeah, it drew me in and I decided that I had to have it. The palette retails for $49 and it's limited edition, and according to the Nars website, it is an Ulta exclusive. The description reads, make up the rules with an ultimate palette of 12 eye and cheek essentials, 8 eyeshadows, 3 cult classic blushes, and 1 iconic bronzer to make you look natural and neutral or daring and deep. Let your artistry lead the way. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the swatches, and I'm going to start off with the blushes. First, we have Luster, Sheer Golden Apricot, Orgasm. We all know what that shade looks like, but it's a peachy pink with golden shimmer. Then Dolce Vita. Next, the bronzing powder. There's just one, and it's the famous Laguna. It's a fused brown powder with golden shimmer. And then for the eyeshadows, Himamit 1 or I'm not sure, which is a matte beige, Nepal, shimmering soft rose, Pitaya, iridescent copper, Fuse, sparkling purple with blue, Fez, shimmering cocoa, Tropical Express, shimmering eggplant purple, Sophia, matte rich cool brown, and then lastly Mekong, espresso with golden shimmer. Now that I've covered the swatches, I'm going to go ahead and get into this look, and I'm going to start off with the eyes. I'm going to start off with a Zoeva 227 and this shade. I'm going to be starting directly into the crease, back and forth windshield wiper motions. And I'm slowly going to be pushing it upward in more of a circular motions. Making sure to bring it all the way out as well as all the way inward. Again, back and forth, and then just circles. Weighing Goss number 20. I'm taking that same shade. I'm just going to work it right along the lower lash line. I just realized that I had a mess up because I originally started with this shade, and then somehow or another I was picking up into this one. I noticed that there was a little bit of a sheen on my eye, and then I was like, wait, what's going on? And I just realized it because I just dipped my number 20 into it. So to create this, first go in with this shade and then go in with this one right after. So go ahead and blow this shade out and then add this one into the same exact area and do the same thing to the lower lash line. Sorry guys, that was a little bit of an oopsie. Weighing Goss number 17 and this bottom shade right here. I'm going to start on the very outer corner. Just tapping this into place first, and then I'm going to bring it into the crease. Soft circular motions, blending it upward. Again, as there's less product on my brush, I am bringing it up on this outer corner to smoke it out. Sonia G Crease Pro, and I'm going to take this blush shade, and I'm going to apply this right on the outside, like where I have my transition shade and whatnot. I just want to add a little bit of that pink tone, but I don't want too much. That's probably the blush I'm going to use as well, so it kind of helps to tie everything in. But as you can see, I'm not being like super precise. I'm just kind of applying and blending. Light-handed. Weighing Goss number 19 and this purple. I'm going to tap this into place on the outer corner. This is going to add some depth. I'm going to bring it directly into the crease right here, about halfway in, but I'm not going to blend this upward. Tom Ford number 12 and the darkest shade in the palette, I am going to tap this on the outer portion of my lashes just to add a little bit more volume here. So whenever I do my mascara, it's going to look more voluminous on this outer corner. But I'm just tapping this into place. Esum W21 and the purple sparkly shade. Let's see how well this goes on the eye without any primers, or I guess glitter glues or anything like that. So you're going to get a sheer wash if you just use a brush. That's actually really pretty though. I actually think this is quite beautiful and subtle, but I am going to use my finger just to see what happens when I do that. Add a bit more. Yeah, you get more payoff that way, but still nice and sheer, like it's not too much. Sonia G Pencil Pro and the gold shimmer. I am going to apply that right to the inner corner. I'm taking that same shade very lightly on a MAC 242 and applying it to the brow arch. This is the By Terry Compact Expert Dual Powder in number 4. I know I'm about to use this on my nose, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this shade right here, which is what I use to highlight my nose. Same brush, and I am going to apply that just at the brow arch, like the very, very arch of the brow, to add just a little bit of lift back in. But I don't want to spread that out because I like a little bit of gold glitter up there. And then I finished off this look with Milk Boss liner on the top inner rim and then just mascara. Using this Sonia G brush that I can't pronounce, I'm going to dip into Laguna and I'm just going to start bronzing up my face. It's been such a long time since I've actually used just the regular Laguna bronzer that I don't even remember what it looks like on me. As I mentioned, I'm going to use my By Terry powder for my nose, and this is a Tom Ford number 11. Linda Hallberg 303 and the middle highlight shade. Going to take this on the bridge of my nose and slightly upward right here. Blend it out with my finger. And then I like to put a little bit on the tip. Esum X52 and Luster. This is the same shade that I used on like this little outer portion of my eye. I'm now using it for its intended purposes, which is a blush, clearly. Now there's no highlighter in the palette, so I went and grabbed Fort de France, and I'm going to use my Linda Hallberg 306 to highlight my face. Then, after I get this applied, I'm going to buff using my Sisley powder, but I don't know what I'm going to do with my lips yet, so I'm going to go look through my Nars collection and see what I feel like putting on. Right now, I'm going to highlight, buff, and then I'll go check, and I will be right back. I decided to finish off this look with an oldie but a goodie. I used to wear this all the time, and this is Nars Anna. I didn't use any liner or anything like that. All I did was use a lip brush to perfect it. Now getting into the palette. So obviously, I love the colors. I just love the theme behind this. I love that it's a little bit more on the cool tone instead of so warm. I think we all know that I'm going to say Laguna being in here, an orgasm. they just need to stop doing it. Laguna for me personally is not a huge deal because I don't have it 10 times over in my collection. I think I have like the Sun Wash bronzer or something like that, but I don't have a full-size Laguna anymore. I ran through that, and then I don't think I have it in any other palettes. I could be wrong, but I don't think I do. However, I know the mass majority of NARS lovers have Laguna 10 times over, and especially Orgasm. They could leave Orgasm out of everything from now on, and we would still have too many Orgasm blushes in our collections. I just to leave it out already. I would have loved to have seen Orgasm replaced with a highlighter, you know, even if they decided to go with the theme of having more of their cult classics or things that are permanent in their collection. Fort de France, like I had on today, or even something just a little bit deeper would have been nice to have, because I feel like that would have made the palette more complete, having a highlighter in here. I mean, you've got 3 blushes, 1 bronzer. I feel like you could have taken one of the blushes out and made it a highlighter, but that's just personal opinion. The shadows are beautiful. I can't believe I messed up. I was like, what am I doing? I think I was just dazed. But these are gorgeous. This shade right here especially, I love the undertone of this. It's just slightly different. There's just something about it that really, I think, is beautiful. I think a smoky eye with that shade like all over the lid would be stunning. Now these 2 shades right here are definitely meant to be a little bit more on the sheer side. I kind of find it to be a little sexy, like just like, I don't know, it's a shimmer without it being too much. I don't like when I see a shade that I feel like whenever I swatch it, I can tell it's supposed to be pigmented and then it goes on the eye and it's not. But I can tell with these that they are meant to be just a sheer wash of shimmer, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I think they are gorgeous. I love the shades in here. I really do. Even this brown right here, it looks like it's almost black, but it is a very deep brown, and if you look closely, there are little micro fine glitters in there. You're not going to see that unless you use some type of glitter glue and really pack this on the eye, and even then I think it's going to be difficult. I did get some fallout with the shades, but nothing major. I was able to wipe them away. I do think that I'm going to be able to get a lot of use out of this palette. I just wish that it had a highlighter. And then going back to the blushes, for me, I don't have Luster, the shade right here. I do have it in the liquid, but I don't have it in the pressed form. And I don't have Dolce Vita in the pressed form either. So for me, this is not redundant. But again, for other people, I could see how it is. If you don't already have everything on the outside of this palette, I think that this is a beautiful palette to have. I love the combination of colors, but I will say, if you have Laguna, if you have Orgasm, if you have Dolce Vita and Luster, then you're going to be able to find these shades in other NARS palettes as well as other palettes in general. But just giving the palette in of itself, the quality, pigmentation, and how it performed, I really like it and I thoroughly enjoy it. I just wish there was a highlighter and no Orgasm. But anywho, you guys let me know what you think about it. What do you think about this look? And I will see you guys in my next video. Right now, I am trying out the KEVYN Foundation Balm, so this should be up next. You guys have been asking and asking and asking for this, so I finally have it. I'm doing my wear test today, so we'll see how this goes. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.